Well, for nearly 40 years, communities all around the country have recognized National Night Out, and tonight cities and towns will be hosting events to improve relationships between police and the neighborhoods they serve. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Wakisha Bailey joining us from North Philadelphia with more on the events going on here in our area today. Good morning, Wakisha.
Good morning, Natasha. Well, National Night Out, the goal of these type of events is to create community partnerships. It's also a time for residents to speak casually with police officers as well as city leaders regarding issues in their communities. Now, as you just mentioned, National Night Out dates back to 1984, and every year the event draws thousands of people. It's more like a block party where officers interact with the public. You may see some dancing, lots of food, giveaways, and more importantly, relationships are being formed. Now, it's also a time to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. And many of the events here in Philadelphia are held in underserved communities, and officials say they want to meet people where they're at.
People are more comfortable to talk to us about the crimes that are occurring in their neighborhoods. We normally like to have the National Night Out in neighborhoods where we see the most crime. And you know, they're more comfortable with us in that environment to actually discuss what's going on in the neighborhood so we can see what kind of solutions we can come up with.
It makes a difference because you are engaged. It makes it different because you can see the change. Crime is not in a vacuum. If I go in the house and close the door, what happens, and I act like it doesn't matter to me, but then I talk about it the next day and then I complain about it, then it doesn't change. But the more the residents are involved, the more you know your neighbor. Believe it or not, the better you know your neighbor, the better.
And of course, the party doesn't just stop in Philadelphia. We head over to Camden, where officials say it's one of their most favorite times of the year.
One principle we stand on in this agency is community. We speak to community members on a daily basis. We don't just treat this as a one-day celebration.
You're constantly trying to build trust and confidence with your relationships with residents. And I think we've been doing that at a high level, but you can't rest on that. You always have to get out with our families, our children, everyone, and it's a family affair.
And as you just heard from that one officer, this is not a one-time celebration. A lot of these events will be held throughout the week, and we'll have all that information on our website at cbsphiladelphia.com. Joe?
And everyone always has a good time. Thank you, Wakisha. Appreciate that update.